Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Tuesday, October 7th, 2025. Today's just kind of light. MLB divisional round from yesterday, look at today. Monday Night Football last night, soccer. NHL opening night, that's exciting, but there's only like 3 games. The NFL Tuesday Bet of the Week, news and notes, and best bet. We'll begin with the divisional round of baseball. We had the 2 National League series. And then tonight we have the American League series. Dodgers beat the Phillies 4-3 to go up 2-0 in the series. And the Brewers over the Cubs 7-3 to go up 2-0 in the series. So 3 teams, Dodgers, Brewers, and Blue Jays, all up 2-0. 2 of them were favored. One was an underdog, but the underdog with home field advantage. And then, whatchamacall, and then the other AL series is 1-1. And could easily be 2-0 either way. All right, 4 o'clock on Fox Sports 1 is Mariners Tigers from Detroit. Logan Gilbert and Jack Flaherty. Very interesting game 3. I think Detroit's under pressure to win at least one of these games. So I don't think Scooble gave up 2 home runs in another game. Mariners minus 132. Tigers plus 112. Over under 8. Overs minus 112. Unders minus 108. Mariners minus 1.5 is plus 130. Tigers plus 1.5 is minus 156. I'm going to go with the over. I think there's going to be more runs in this game. I don't know if Logan Gilbert's healthy, and I don't know if Jack Flaherty will replenish his success from the Guardians start. And then 8 o'clock, Fox Sports 1, Blue Jays, Yankees. Yankees facing elimination at home again. Shane Bieber, Carlos Rodon. Yanks minus 162, Blue Jays plus 136, over under 8, overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Jays plus 1.5 is minus 160, Yanks minus 1.5 plus 132. Yankees are a bigger favorite than they were in game 3 against Boston, and they're about a little bit of a shorter favorite than they were in the elimination game against Boston when Rodon started. This has been an over series. I'm going to take the over. I'm not touching either side. But gunpoint, I think Detroit wins and the Yankees win. Just stave off elimination. Okay, now we'll move on to football. It was a fun Monday night game last night. I was correct with my pick. Everybody and their mother loved the Chiefs. But guess what? Madison had the Jaguars as her last pick in the Fab Five. And it came through to clinch a winning week as Jaguars beat the Chiefs 31-28. The difference in this game was the 99-yard pick 6 by Devin Lloyd. If it wasn't for that, the Chiefs probably win the game, so it was kind of fluky. And then Trevor Lawrence scores the go-ahead touchdown. But yeah, great win for the Jags. Bad loss for KC. Okay, now we'll go to soccer. We will recap everything from yesterday, look at today. Again, not a lot of soccer. A lot of international stuff, but nothing crazy. All right, so yesterday, FIFA World Cup qualifying, CAF, Tria in Morocco was canceled. Women's League, KC over Angel City, 1-0. That was the only game we picked on the podcast yesterday. All right, today, going on right now, Women's League. Juventus and Benfica, the Women's Champions League, I should say. 3 o'clock, we have Arsenal and OL Liones. I don't know if I have odds for the Women's Champions League. I'm going to check. Yes. All right, so Paris FC's minus 800. OL is 14-1, the draw is 6-1. I'm gonna go over 3.5 goals plus 122. I meant to say Arsenal, not Juventus. Barcelona Bayern. Barcelona minus 900. Bayern 14-1. The draw is 7-1. I'm going to go under 3.5 goals minus 108. And Paris FC. Oh, wait, that was that game. But yeah, Arsenal Lyon. Arsenal plus 15, Lyon plus 160, draw 3-1, going with Lyon on the road plus 115. But yeah, I messed that one up. Paris FC, we gave that game out already. We did over in that game. Barcelona game, we went under 3.5, and then Lyon plus the point, or plus 115. USL, 10 o'clock, Oakland and Hartford. Hartford plus 125, Oakland 2-1, draws plus 240. I'm going with Hartford at plus 125. EFL's today, but we don't cover that. That's like a lower soccer league. Just double check and see if there's anything else. And then tomorrow, we have a lot tomorrow. We have let's touch tomorrow the CAF FIFA World Cup qualifying. Eswani, Angola. Angola's minus 220. Eswani plus 650. Draws plus 270. These are tomorrow morning's games, by the way. Over 2.5 goals plus 126. Ethiopia, Guinea-Bissau. Guinea-Bissau minus 200. Ethiopia is plus 550. Draws plus 260. Over 2.5 goals plus 124. Libya and Cape Verde. Libya plus 195. Cape Verde plus 160. Draw plus 175. I'm going with the draw plus 175. Mauritius and Cameroon. Cameroon's minus 1250. Mauritius is 27-1. The draw is 7-1. I'm gonna go over 3.5 goals plus 138. 12 o'clock. Central African Republic and Ghana. Ghana minus 500. CAR is 13-1. The draw is plus 450. I'm gonna go with over 2.5 goals minus 116. Chad, Mali. Mali's 7-1 favorites. Chad's 13-1. The draws plus 550. I'm going to go with over 3.5 goals plus 138. Comoros and Madagascar. Comoros plus 125. Madagascar plus 230. Draw plus 190. I'm going with Comoros at plus 125. Djibouti, Egypt. Egypt minus 4,000. Djibouti 60-1. The draw is 17-1. I am going to go with under 3.5 goals at plus 146. And then Sierra Leone and Burkina Faso. That line is taken down right now. I'm going to go over 2.5 goals. Whatever the number is. And the 3 o'clock games we'll touch on tomorrow's podcast. And then the Asian World Cup qualifying, 11 o'clock, you have Oman and Qatar. Qatar's minus 150, Oman's plus 430, the draw's plus 250. I'm going to go with over 2.5 at plus 118. And then 115, Indonesia and Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia's minus 185, Indonesia's plus 490, draws plus 270. I'm going to go with over 2.5 goals at minus 108. And then Women's Champions League tomorrow afternoon is not up yet. Okay, now we'll do NHL opening night. We have 3 games. All 3 of them are on ESPN. First up, 5 o'clock, Blackhawks, Panthers. So, the back-to-back champs against Connor Bedard and the Blackhawks. I don't know why the league keeps putting stars on instead of good teams. Looking at you, Blackhawks. Looking at the next team we're going to talk about, too. Panthers minus 285, Blackhawks plus 230, over under 5.5, overs minus 118, unders minus 104. Blackhawks plus 1.5, Panthers minus 1.5 is minus 110 each way. For this one, I'm going to go with the under. No Barkov. I think Bobrovsky's going to play a good game, and I don't know about the Blackhawks offensively. This has like 3-1, 4-1 written all over it, so I'm going under 5.5, minus 104. 8 o'clock, ESPN. Penguins Rangers, another bad team on ESPN. Granted, it's Mike Sullivan against his old team, Crosby and company. Rangers minus 235, Pittsburgh plus 190, over under 6.5, overs plus 110, unders minus 134. Pittsburgh plus 1.5 is minus 134, Rangers minus 1.5 plus 110. The Rangers better go out and make a statement tonight. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to be a good team, you got to win this game. I mean, it's weird to say that a team is kind of in a must-win in week 1, but or game 1 of the year. But if you want to go out and say, hey, we're a force to be reckoned with in the East this year, we're back, you should win this game. But I really don't love the Ranger puck line. But instead, I wanted to do the Rangers in regulation. Even that's minus 150. I'm going to go with the over. 6.5 plus 110. I don't love it, but certainly not going to be best bet. 10:30 ESPN Avalanche Kings. This is the best game on the board tonight. Avs are minus 118 road favorite. The Kings are minus 102, over under 5.5. Overs minus 130, unders plus 106. Avs minus 1.5 plus 205. Kings plus 1.5 minus 260. I think this should be closer to pick 'em. If not, the Kings should be favored. It's a little disrespectful to the Kings. I'm going to take the Kings. I know the Avs are the better team, but the Kings, this is their home opener. I think their fans are going to be ruckus. One of these underdogs is probably going to win, and I think it's going to be Los Angeles. So, but then again, you could say one of these road teams is going to win. It's going to be the Avs. I would say the home teams go 3 for 3. I like the underdog here. I'm going with the Kings at minus 102 at all. Alrighty. Now we'll do my NFL Tuesday bet for the week. So I really did good betting last week. If I had a mulligan, it was obviously the Bengals getting the 10.5. That was probably the worst bet I made all year. And then I won with the Jags this week. I won with the Panthers. I won on the Cowboy Jet over. I had the Eagles as a weekly bet, but that was a bad beat. They probably should have lost the game anyway. And then I had a weekly bet on the over in the London game, and then I had the Browns on the money line. I had the Rams. That was unfortunate. That was a mulligan pick too, but that wasn't in the Fab Five. So, the Tuesday NFL bet. So this is, in other words, the first bet I'm going to make of the week. All right, 1 jumps out to me already. 2, I have a couple that jump out. So, the first one that I'm going to play is the Pittsburgh Steelers minus 5.5 at home against the Cleveland Browns. I just think that line is short. Dylan Gabriel on the road against TJ. I know that defense has not been good so far this year, but he's still rookie quarterback on the road in a hostile environment full of terrible towels. So I'm going to lay 5.5 with the Steelers against the Browns. That's my NFL Tuesday bet. Okay, now we'll do the news and notes for today. Ooh, quick show today. This is good. All the news and notes will probably be a little longer. All right, so big news of the day. The Bengals acquired Joe Flacco from the Browns. Bengals sending a 5th round pick for Flacco in a 6th. I think there are better options on the board for Cincy. I think the two Giant guys would have been better. Winston would have been fun. Wilson would have been better than Flacco, arguably. Um, I think that maybe you could have taken a chance on Anthony Richardson. You could have went with Tyrod Taylor. But yeah, the Bills had, or I'm sorry, the Bengals had better options than Joe Flacco. But he probably is an upgrade over Jake Browning. So Mark Sanchez is facing a lawsuit as he was involved in the stabbing incident. Files case against Sanchez for assault and battery. And a lawyer says that Perry Toll, who was the victim, faces long road to recovery after release from the hospital. Allen Iverson announces sobriety as he reveals best decision to become sober 6 months ago. Wow, good for him. And the Bengals didn't eye the Giant quarterbacks as they never called about trading for Russ or Jameis before landing Flacco. The Giants denied a Saquon Barkley trade as Doc reveals that John Mara turned down Barkley's request before 2023 season. Well, of course he did, because they were coming off a playoff win and all that jazz. And of course you did, but at the same time, they probably should have traded him at the deadline in 23. Saquon Barkley expected to play Thursday Night Football against the Giants. He's Amos in that game. He's probably gonna have his best game of the season. Xavier Worthy played against the Jaguars. Terrion Arnold may return sooner as his shoulder injury isn't as bad as feared. Terry McLaurin might come back against the Bears. That would be a big deal. Marion Hampton on the IR. That's brutal for the Chargers. So trying to find the LeBron's second decision ad as he recreates iconic moment to announce liquor sponsorship. But the ticket surged after LeBron made a post as prices for Lakers' final home game shot up, only for him to announce the sponsorship deal. That is so funny. LeBron really fooled us all. And Trevor Lawrence, yesterday was his birthday, so that's awesome. Jason Tatum takes a Duke role as he will serve as chief basketball officer at his old school. So Giannis may still eye a trade as he will keep his options open based on how the team starts the season. And then the Knicks wanted a Giannis trade, and Giannis only considered the Knicks move, but the Bucks didn't feel offer was strong. Huh. So it looks like the Knicks are probably the front runners to get Giannis. But I think the Knicks will only do it if I think they're gonna wait. I really believe they're gonna wait, and I know everyone likes to loves to throw the Knicks into everything because that's what the media's gonna be talking about, and everyone loves to distract them. Knicks for clicks. That's what that was. So I see it. Mike McDaniel spoke with Stephen Ross following the loss of the Panthers, as Stephen Ross is frustrated. Of course he is. He's one of the worst owners in the league. The Bengals, before the Flacco trade, it said that they are evaluating quarterback options. The Eagles trio of Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and A.J. Brown had a positive talk that lasted hours amid offensive struggles. John Mateer is aiming for a Texas return to play in the Red River rivalry game. A parent slams UNC's football culture as they say that Belichick's program labeled toxic and an unstructured mess in mid 2 and 3 start. That shouldn't surprise anybody. I said they were going to be horrible. The Red Sox and the Dodgers are the best teams at picking up tips, and they excel at despairing tells. Huh. That was a weird report to come out. Topic had testicular surgery. He'll miss 4 to 6 weeks, so he'll miss the opener. College basketball. Auburn moves opener for NIL as 2026 home game against Baylor moved to Atlanta to secure marketing assets and promotional appearances. And then Jackson Churio started last night after leaving game 1 with a hamstring injury, which was good for Milwaukee. All right, last but not least, my best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. This is always a hard time to bet. Our options are limited. We have hockey, we have baseball. No WNBA finals till tomorrow. I'm gonna go with the hockey, and I'm gonna go with the under 5.5 in Blackhawks Panthers. That's just so I could have money on the first hockey game of the year. Just fun. And I like the idea of Bobrovsky shutting down the Blackhawks, going under 5.5 in Blackhawks Panthers for my best bet of the day. So there you have it for the show, and I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything. Look ahead to everything tomorrow as well. We have Survivor too. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.